All right, welcome all. My name is Nick. I'm one of the staff here with ARE Study Warrior, and I recently passed my exams. We are going to be covering 9 helpful tips and tricks for architects studying for their ARE exams. I was asked by a friend who's recently planning to start their 6 exams. He wanted some tips and tricks, some insider tips and tricks from someone who's taken the exams, and so I put this together. Kind of broad tips that you can take or leave if you'd like. I think a lot of them are helpful personally, but it's up to you what you decide to glean from this. So let's get into it. If you like our content, hit that subscribe and like button below, please. All right, so 9 quick study tips to know before your ARE exams. Tip 1. Do not spend time memorizing long equations. The ARE exams will not test your memory of equations and will often provide full equations if they're truly necessary, so don't waste your time. I actually did this. I tried to memorize too many equations. You really don't need to. You are given those equations if they are truly necessary, and just don't waste your time doing it. It's not important. Tip 2. Make an educated guess on every single question, even if you have no idea. There is no reason to leave anything blank. You don't lose points if you guess false. So don't leave anything blank on the exam. Fill out every question. Tip 3. That being said, there are simple equations you should know by heart, like Pythagoras' theorem, how to find the area and circumference of a circle, triangle, and rectangle. As architects, you should probably already know that. You probably did that in school. And you should know very simple equations like r equals 1 over u and u equals 1 over r. Every architect should also know their times tables by heart, especially multiples of 12 up to, I would say, 12 by 12 times 15. You should probably know what that is. You should know what 12 times 12 is. That just saves you time not having to use the calculator if you already have those quick calculations in your memory. Stuff like moment equals force times distance, that's an equation you should probably know. Simple slope equations, that slopes are rise over run, that kind of thing. All right, tip 4. Adapt your own method of effective on-screen management or you will be overwhelmed. So, that being said, you only have one screen you can use. You can't use multiple monitors as you would normally be able to use as an architect. This makes things difficult. You need to manage that one screen. Things will get crowded. I guarantee you that. So just make sure you have a spot for the calculator. Always in the top right. Have a spot for your blank white screen to write on. Have a spot for that blank screen. Maybe bottom right. Maybe calculator's top right. That way you keep things organized, because the test can get difficult when you have 3 different tabs that you have to put on one screen. It gets a little overwhelming. So on your first exam, maybe set aside a little time to know where you want to put those things, or already have that planned in your head. And also you're gonna have to scroll through, documents. You're gonna have to have your answer sheet somewhere, and just have it organized. That's all I can say. Tip 5. Let's move on. Skip to the case study portion located at the end of the exam first. This is the most time-consuming and I think the most difficult portion of each exam. You want to get those difficult questions answered first, so get that case study portion answered first and then come back to the easier questions last. Case study questions can be tricky. They can seem very difficult, but the answer may actually be obvious if you think it out. So apply your study knowledge. For instance, you may think you have to look through all the documents to find the answer, when in reality the answer's right in front of you, or it's already in your head. So just think things through before you start searching all through the documents, wasting too much time. Again, you don't want to waste time. These exams go by quickly. Your time is valuable. All right, tip 6. Be sure to control or command F certain things while searching through the case documents. It will often save you tons of time and energy searching through the documents. I can't state this enough. So when you're doing that, be sure to carefully read over everything you find, because the ARE test writers know that you can control F certain words, and they may try to trick you by putting the incorrect answer at the first control F that you find instead of the second or third. So make sure you go through all the control F searches. That's an important one, I think. A couple times I would just, I found it. It's the first control F. There it is right there in the document, where once you start reading it, you're like, oh, this is actually incorrect. And you keep going through and you find the correct answer as you go through your Command F search. So just make sure you be aware of that they know that you can Command F certain things. Control, Command F, same thing, depending on if you're on a Mac or Windows. All right, tip 7, study material from multiple different sources. There's no one source that the ARE material pulls from. Okay? Recommend at least 5 different sources, maybe more, but at least minimum 5. All right, tip 8, material from the project management, practice management, and construction and eval exams tend to overlap somewhat. Try to take these 3 exams back to back. Okay? A lot of things overlap there. A lot of those 3 exams has to do with contracts, and that all overlaps. And then tip 9, the programming and analysis exam is kind of on its own in terms of material. Mostly site related material. Know your site contours well, and be sure to always look at the north arrow direction, because they will try to trick you. Maybe the north arrow points, page east. You know what I mean? So the north arrow can point in different directions. It's not always going to be pointing up. So be aware of that and watch that closely. All right, that's all I have for you for now. There's more tips on our website as well, if you'd like to check that out, arestudywarrior.com. And I'll probably do another video with more practice tips. Thanks.